And today we're going to talk about the timeline, openings and closings on it. We've got a little bit of unboxing to do, which I'm going to go through while I chat to you. So pull your chair a little closer and let's have a chat. First of all, this is my very first video in my new office space. I moved into my new house 8 months ago. And 8 months ago, the house was a week away from being ready. And then it was 2 weeks, and then it was 3 weeks. And if you've ever renovated or done building, you know exactly how this goes, because then it was 4 months, and then it was 7 months, and then it was 8 months. And then I finally got to move into my office. So for 8 months, I've had these awards from YouTube. Here's one. We'll open it together, and then I've got the big one over there, which I'll go through as I'm chatting to you. The reason I wanted to unbox this with you is because this is ours. Light Workers, this is our award. This does not belong to Kerry K. This belongs to all of us, because what am I doing here on my channel when I talk to you guys? What are we doing together? Good God, they really sealed this box. We're growing, right? We're evolving as a team. And we're gathering momentum, and we keep gathering that momentum every single day. Oh, yes, please. Do you remember your first subscriber? That's what it says. Look at that. From YouTube, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th or your 1000th subscriber? Chances are you do. I do. I really do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you, because of us. Light workers, what are we doing? We're spreading the light. We're rippling the light every single video. Every single video we are rippling. I didn't realize the award was going to be in here, in this little box. I thought that this box was just a certificate. So now what the hell is in the big box? Okay, we're going to find out together. But anyway, this has been sitting on my shelf waiting for the day I moved into my office to open this. And I wonder if you guys have felt the same thing. Look at that. That's my YouTube play button. Kerry K for passing 100,000 subscribers. Even has my name on it. Can you see? I don't know if you can. No, sorry, there's probably too much glare. But it says Kerry K. Wow. Hello, Kerry K. Hello, light workers. Hello, ripples. Ripples and ripples and ripples. Every video that you watch, you become part of the ripple. This is so symbolic of what we came to do. We came here to walk each other home. And we're gathering in numbers. Shall we give this its rightful place? Oh, it's hidden. Okay, we'll find a place, and I'll frame this because it's really pretty. So thank you, YouTube, but thank you, you guys. Thank you to every single one of you. Don't worry, we're going to talk about timelines, opening and closing, but now I'm really curious. What the hell is in the big box? Let me show you. I thought that small black box was just the certificate, and this was the YouTube plaque. Okay, I'm gonna stand up because, well, I need a bit of room. Let's bring you guys down to my chair level. Can you see? Let's move my microphone away. Okay, so we're going to find out together what's in the big box, because I literally now have no idea. And it dawns on me how, as I open this, I've been sitting on this for so long. And you know, I was talking to a friend last night. It's so amazing. This was the conversation. This incredibly beautiful friend, his name is Kyle Cease. Hello, Kyle. And if you don't know Kyle Cease, you really should. And you should go follow him too, because he's damn amazing. But one of the things that we were talking about is this, how sometimes you can have something right in front of you, literally everything you want, it's in front of you, and you walk past it, you know? You walk past the things that are right in front of you because you don't think that they're for you, or you're not dialed in to that reality. You're not tuned in. You can't perceive it. You can't read it. You just keep wishing, keep wanting, keep hoping. Okay. Okay. What the heck? Okay, that's heavier than I expected it to be. Maybe it's another plaque. Plaque is the stuff on the teeth. Okay, so that's packaging. All right, let me sit back down with you again. Sorry for my hand in your face. I just wanted to get the camera angle back. Oh, another award, but it's a duplicate of the award, which I actually did ask them for. Do you know why? I was so worried it wouldn't get here to South Africa. Oh, wow, and a mini, wow, this is heavy, guys. What the heck? The smallest little boxy? This is so, why is it so heavy? I have no idea. Huh? Oh, there's my channel name. On the back, it says Kerry K. Huh? And there's my play button. We did this. We did this. What does this say about the reality that we live in together, where, where we are gathering? Do you remember, because I do, being a light worker when there was just one of you? Do you remember when you were the weirdo? There are so many of us now. Oh, wow. It's that same certificate that I read for you earlier. Oh, it's pretty. Look at this, you guys. I really didn't expect this or sorry, you're getting so much glare and reflection. Look at, I'm reflecting my flowers. My husband bought me those pretty roses on my desk. Okay, so this is that beautiful, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, your 1000th, that certificate, it's there. Another thing to put up on my wall. Another thing to remind me that we're a ripple doing this together. Another thing to remind me that we're walking each other home. Okay, now, I wanted to talk to you about timelines. Opening and closing. Oh, I was trying to close my husband's pocket knife. This is one of those weird McGafters. You know what he's going to say? He's going to be like, Kerry, how can you not know how to close a pocket knife? Apparently I don't. Oh, God. And if he was here right now, he'd be rolling his eyes at me. I know there's a button, right? Kerry, you can't be such a girl. There is a button somewhere, isn't there? Okay. You can be such a girl. So here's what I wanted to talk to you about. Timelines opening and closing. That's what I was thinking about. We've been in this weird place for the first 6 months of 2025. In fact, pretty much since November of 2024. As a collective on the timeline, we've been in a very weird place. We've been in this waiting, almost like we're waiting to see what's going to happen, because something in us knew that in 2025 there was going to be a massive shift that was going to change the trajectory of our timeline all the way into 2032, because that's one era. 2025 to 2032, it's one era. We're in this new era, but think about what we've done. As we entered the new era, we came to almost a hover point, like a not quite stop point, not quite stasis, but just as if the brakes were being applied. You know what we were doing? We were gathering momentum of light workers. We were gathering the ripple. We were taking the time, and I know so many light workers found it so frustrating during that time. You found it so irritating, so like you weren't moving forward, like you had plans, like you had dreams, like you had goals, like you had things, and then somehow you couldn't move forward. It's kind of like walking through mud, and every step becomes harder and harder until eventually you just can't walk anymore because there's no ease of movement. But then we hit this point that we're in right now called the opening. And the opening is this damming up of energy in order to amplify the ripple of the light workers. I know, how perfect that I opened our award today. The opening is where we are right now. And as that opening opens, it's kind of like everything that's been held back, you guys, everything that couldn't reach you, that couldn't get to you, that was meant for you, that was just out of reach, but you maybe gave up on it. Maybe you've been waiting so long, you thought, never going to happen. It was just sitting on the other side of that damn wall, that energetic damn wall. And now the damn wall is bust. And that's the opening that allows for this massive quantum leap. Now, I know some of you around about April, you already felt that opening. Some of you around about April would have front run that opening, but the collective steps into the opening now. And when the collective steps into the opening, it's like this big flood, because now we've got the momentum of the entire species. And I know this opens up a question for a lot of you guys. Yeah, but what about the stragglers? Meaning, what about those who aren't awake? What about those who are in this place that we judge and condemn to be asleep or unconscious? What about them? Are they still going to feel the opening? Well, they're unplugged. So it's going to be in their reality, but will they be cognizant of it? Probably not. And that's kind of like what I said earlier when I was opening that box. I was saying everything we want is already here. This award has been sitting with me for 8 months. And it's just an example of having something, but it's boxed away, or it's not seen, it's not revealed, it's not acknowledged, it's not validated. It's either out of sight or hidden away until it's time. And that's where a lot of the collective are going to be. They're still bathing in the same light, still breathing in the same consciousness that you and I are. You're just conscious of the fact that you're conscious, and conscious of the fact that there's consciousness in the ether around you that's interacting with you, that you're in a dynamic conversation with. You're what we would call more awakened, which only means more aware, not better, just more tuned in. And those who are less tuned in are not less. They're just not there right now, because maybe they're masters already. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe we're the slow coaches, and that's why we needed so long to wake up. You know, it's kind of like some people jump out of bed in the morning. My daughter's one of them. Bing, bright eyes and bushy tail. There we go. That's my little Lyra waking up in the morning. And then you get my son Josh waking up, and he's, stretch, yawn. Maybe the light workers are that. Maybe we're the ones who just wanted to, for whatever our reasons were, to wake up perhaps a bit slower, or, in my opinion, not just to wake up slower, but to wake up in more detail. To wake up and take in every nuance, to be aware of every step, to be conscious through every dark night of the soul, to be a conscious witness of the whole transpiring of the ascension journey. We're the record keepers. Not wrong, not better, not bad. Just that's the role that we chose, which is why we awaken now. There will be those that awaken at the very last moment, you guys. There absolutely will be. Now I want to share something with you. In 2020, I had a rough time. In 2020, I was deplatformed from Meta, and that's Facebook and Instagram, and they never gave me a reason. And there was no reason. There was absolutely no reason to deplatform me, but they did. And I never had built YouTube. I never had focused on YouTube. So I was literally left in 2020 with a feeling of being cut off, a feeling of being voiceless. And it was so perfect. It was such a brilliant redirect. And it was then in 2020 that I began my YouTube journey. From 2020 to 2025, 100, now we're close to, at the time of recording this, around about 130,000 subscribers. And we're only just beginning, Lightworkers. You and me, we're only at the beginning of our respective journeys. We're only just warming up, because we've come here to be the ripple. And that was my intention in 2020 when I began to use the YouTube channel that I did have. I mean, I think I had, a couple of hundred subscribers, but guess, this is embarrassing, what I used my YouTube channel for? Everyone else. I used my YouTube channel to give voice to everyone else because I believed that there were so many light workers in the world whose message was needed. And I thought, let me help them bring their messages through. So I began interviewing people, and I would listen to all of these top-notch speakers, and I would think, oh, I wish they would have spoken about this. I wish they would have spoken about that. Or I had one person in particular who he and I would jump on air oftentimes before an interview, and we would just chit-chat because we were good mates, we were good pals, and we would chit-chat, and then we would have the interview. And I would hear him in the interview saying the things that I'd said to him before the interview in our casual, friendly chit-chat. And I thought, maybe I should dare. I mean, wouldn't it be crazy? Maybe I should dare to use my voice because people aren't bringing forth the level of truth that I wish that they would. So maybe I should. Maybe it's not somebody else's calling, Kerry. Maybe it's your own. And that thought was playing on my mind. And then I was deplatformed and there was no room to appeal. And et voila. I began to gently, slowly, quietly rebuild. And I could have gone in 1,000 directions then, you guys. I could have gone into victim mode. I could have gone into self-pity mode. I could have gone into the injustice, the unfairness, the outrage, the rightful outrage and anger and all of those things, because we've all had that, right? I am not alone in this. We have all had that moment where we've gone, how could this happen to me? And what have I done to deserve this? But there was a gift for me that I would have robbed myself of. And maybe I could have. Maybe I could have some way, somehow knocked on the door of Meta. I don't know if that would have ever been possible and said, listen, you guys made a mistake. You've deplatformed somebody for absolutely zero founded reason. But look at where it led me. It led me to shake off everybody who I was carrying. It led me to be brave enough to be my voice. It led me to the YouTube plaque certificates behind me. I'm kind of okay with it now. I see the bigger picture now. I share this with you because I want you to do the same. There are places in your life, I know there are, where you've had massive, radical, outrageous injustice that's so unspeakable, that so incomprehensible that there will never be justification for it, no matter what. But it's been in your path, just like that injustice was in my path. And along the way, oh, come on, there have been people grabbing at my ankles, trying to trip me up along the way. There have been the naysayers, the how dare she's, the who does she think she is, the insults, the stuff. The blind, unconscious vitriol of those imprisoned to the false matrix that believe that there's no hope for them, and they'll be damned if they give other people hope. They'll be damned if they let other people prosper in the face of their lack and their loss and their suffering. But we, collectively, light workers, have lit up the timeline. We've just held it. If you say to me, what did we do as light workers that have facilitated this opening, and what were we waiting for? Well, that's perhaps a little bit of a deeper journey into that conversation. What we were waiting for, I've said to you, was for the amassing of energy so that we could move forward. We were waiting to avert massive disaster. I know I've shared this with you guys before, but that was what we were doing. We were bringing ourselves to a higher threshold. That was the damming up of all of that, the pooling of all of that, the amplifying of all of that light that is the light worker guts and glory and juice. And okay, it may have been frustrating in varying ways. For you, maybe overtly and insanely, and maybe for somebody else, they were not even mildly aware of it. But that's okay. We were just building, growing, averting a complete disaster. But that's not enough for us light workers. To avert disaster is not enough. We're such overachievers. The opening for us is about how good can this get? So if we can avert disaster, can we bring in triumph? Can we aim not just to avert disaster? Can we now aim to elevate far beyond disaster. Can we, instead of just saving the timeline, can we do the seeming impossible and elevate that timeline to the point that those who are in awakening catapult their awakening? And I say it this way because there will be those who wake up last minute, and there will be those who have no intention to, and they're allowed to do that. And we cannot interfere. We cannot intervene. I'll tell you guys, one of the biggest mistakes I made in my spiritual journey, not just as a spiritual teacher, just as a spiritual being, one of the biggest mistakes that I made was waiting for everybody to get it before I could move forward. Was talking, how can I say it? Like talking slow. And what I mean by talking slow is not bringing in the real elevation that I always knew that I could, because I wanted everybody to have a baseline and then we could all progress together. That was a big mistake. I should have just come in guns blazing from the beginning, knowing that the ones who needed me would have found me and the ones who hated me were going to hate me anyway. I should have just done that. And I share this with you because so often we unconsciously dim our light weight for others, feel guilty for moving forward, feel guilty for leaving others behind, as if we've got no right to prosper when not everybody is prospering, but it doesn't work that way. I have to be the ripple of what I want to see. I have to dare to be happy if I want others to be happy. I have to dare to prosper if I want others to prosper. I have to dare to be the living light, the living proof of the legacy I wish to weave into the world, not by force feeding it into others, but by daring to be it even more boldly, even more solidly, even more loudly than ever before. And I have a sense, just a crazy little sense, that that's the symbol, those awards behind me. They're just symbols. It's like when you walk on the path and there's a white feather in front of you. It's just a symbol. It doesn't make you better, but it's a conversation from the universe to your heart, and it says, hey, you're being seen, you're being heard, you're being loved. And this ripple that belongs to all of us is that exact message to all of us. I feel like the challenge that's upon us right now is, how much light will we really let in? How much are we going to dare now? How much are we going to dare to electrify the vehicle that is our body, the ascension vehicle that is our body? And what I mean by electrify is bring this electromagnetic frequency that flows through the divine matrix. How much are we going to dare to bring that back to course through the cells of our body? Because that's what we're designed to do. We're designed to carry cosmic energy in our cells. And every cell is a battery. Every cell is this amazing reservoir of universal consciousness. And we can have one cell lit and alive, and we can have 2 and 10 and 100, but that's the thing. When we stop and gather momentum, like we did in the first 6 months of 2025, because we knew how valuable this time period was, then we are rippling to every cell of the body. And every cell of the body elevates the one next to it, becomes the ripple for the cell next to it. That's what we've been doing. It's contagious. That high frequency light becomes the ripple that every other cell is designed to not feed from and drain from, but rather to become in the presence of. We become light in the presence of light. And we do that for each cell of our body, and we do that for each human walking the ascension journey. Those of us who do ascend into 5D, we take our body with us, we take our memory with us, we remain intact and whole on this planet, but it's an evolved 5D planet. And I wonder if that is the next video. I wonder if we should talk a little bit more about Eden, 5D, New Earth. Let me know. Hey, why don't we do this? Idea. I'm in a new studio. Let's do things differently. Let's do things new. What do you want? What's the next video that you want? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to listen to and cover as many of them as I can. Maybe I combine a whole lot of different topics into one video, or maybe there's one overall pull towards another video. I don't know. Let me have it. Put it in the comments. What do you really desperately, sorely want that's going to make a big difference to your life? If you get this answer, it's got to be something that you're going to say to me, Kerry, this is going to make a massive difference in my life. Light workers, your ripple is massive. And it's lifting the whole timeline up. It's lifting the whole timeline up, and it's allowing for more to awaken. You're such a compassionate soul. You're such an all-giving, all-loving, all-knowing, wise, profoundly magnificent soul. Do you feel the love from my heart? All the way to yours. I truly feel like I could sit here with you all day, but I'm going to let you go now because you probably have things to do. I'm like the boyfriend, girlfriend on the phone. You put down. No, you put down. I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you more. No, I love you next. Okay, Kerry, go, girl, do it. Push stop.